Lady Deathstrike is coming to Weapon X in Marvel Strike Force. We'll cover this and more in the UK's #1 Marvel Strike Force podcast, the MSF Pod. Greetings, Commanders. Welcome to episode 43 of the UK's #1 podcast on Marvel Strike Force, the MSF Pod. This podcast covers everything that is happening in the world of Marvel Strike Force, which is a mobile hero collector game available wherever you play your mobile games. We are the lads from 4Play Gaming. You will find us on YouTube under that name. We're on Instagram and Twitter under the name 4P Gaming, and you'll find the MSF podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and tell your Alliance mates about us. Big thank you to the MSF community for checking us out. We grow every week, and that's down to you, so many thanks. Introducing the crew today, we have the Kitman and resident expert in all things Marvel, Diggs. How are you, mate?
Good, mate. You good?
Yeah, I'm all good. And next up, we've got Adam. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
Good. Welcome along.
I mean, ooh.
There we go. I thought I'd make an appearance. It's been a while.
That's it, yeah. Well, we got the Ouija board out, and here he is. And my name is Luke. All right, so first and foremost, gentlemen, did you guys get any good pulls this week? Any upgrades, red stars, and what have you been working on team-wise? Adam, it's been a while. So that goes to you, that first question.
This week, best thing that's happened is I just opened a 6-star elite and got a 7 red star scream, which I was really happy with. So that's the best thing I've had. I've had some good pulls recently, but that's definitely the best thing. So yeah,
that's amazing, mate. Like, so that's your first red as well, 7 red, right?
My first pulled 7 red. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So I just need to. I'm undecided. I'm just farming Juggernaut, and once Juggernaut's 7 stars, I'm tempted to start with Scream, but Scream's expensive. So I'm hoping by the time I start, Scream's 500 instead of 950.
Awesome, man. That's great. And how about like team wise and stuff? What have you been working on, or like who have you been leveling up?
So I got Adam Warlock, who is amazing. So I've leveled him up, and now I'm focusing on Pimtech. So well, tell a lie. Actually, it's been a while. So I've been getting my symbiotes team nice and strong and ready for when Dark Dimension 4 happens. But I'm also kind of farming my Pimtech to get them up to then get Jubilee high level, like higher. I want to like 7 stars, and then obviously work towards getting Adam Warlock to 7 stars.
Right, sure. Okay.
Similar to what I did with Asgardians, and then with Black Bolt and stuff. So I want to do that, which would be cool. But yeah. So yeah, them. I'm also still trying to get Black Order all to 7, but that'll happen. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Nice. Okay, so same question to you, Diggs. Have you got any good pulls this week? Any upgrades, red stars, all of that good stuff?
No, nothing good since the 7 red star dagger. That's been the highlight of probably the last 9 months. Yeah, nothing massively exciting in terms of pulls other than that. I'm still working on my globals for Dark Dimension 4, so a bit still there. And like Ad, I also got Adam Warlock, so I've leveled him up to get a 15 ready for the legendary nodes of DD4 as well. And that's about it, mate. Just leveling them up and trying to get cloak and dagger as quick as I can without spending 400 quid.
Yeah, well, more about cloak and dagger later. Awesome. Okay, man. Well, that's good. For me, not a whole lot's been happening. I got, like you guys, I've got Adam Warlock as well. I've spent the week leveling him up to 15. So yeah, that's now given me 4 characters to go into DD4 legendary, but we'll talk about that later on. Okay, so let's have a look back before we look forward. So Tuesday, the red star reward issues for players in certain brackets. We got a in-game notification saying that compensation is pending, and there was a mini blog post about that. Red star orbs, I believe it is. If we want to go into that quickly, luminous credits and red star orbs. Do you want to hit this for us, Adam?
Sure. Recently, there was an issue where some players unintentionally got luminous credits due to an error with the strike pass. To make things equitable, in the near future, we will send out 4,000 luminous credits to all players that did not already receive them due to the error. This is expected to happen soon after the release of version 5.7 next week. Separately, there was an issue with the Red Star Rampage Blitz where 2 of the ranking tiers, 21% to 40% and 41% to 60%, were not granting enough Red Star orb fragments. We've identified those affected players and will be sending them the amount missing that they should have initially received. Third, today at 5 p.m. PDT, the Red Star orb advertised at 10 times 10 drop rate on dark promotion credits, but it wasn't actually active for 20 minutes. Okay, we're investigating the issue and will send compensation to affected players at a later date. We appreciate your patience whilst we work to address these issues. That's good. Little update there. That's nice, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. So, Diggs, remind me, have we got that compensation yet, or are we still waiting for it?
Still waiting for it. I think I don't think I've seen it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I'm in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, I'm just getting a little bit muddled with these luminous orbs because it's been a little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, we definitely haven't got the luminous orb compensation, and they've also messed it up again, which I'm sure we're coming on to in a minute.
Yeah, we will do. Yeah. So basically, I don't want to sound like Bart Simpson screaming, "Where's my elephant?" But just don't forget about that, guys. You know what I mean? Don't forget about that. Don't let them forget. So also on Tuesday, the Adam Warlock event went live. We've got a video on that now on how to get him. That'll be in the description below. So if you're a newer player and you're completely baffled by all of that gibberish, I've got a video that should hopefully help explain it. Yeah, so that'll be in the description below. So Thursday, players that had an issue with the rest of our payouts should get compensated. And yeah, we're supposed to get those 4,000 orbs. So next we had the elementary particles event. That's sort of it just showed up. I think we covered it last week in the blog, Diggs. Is that right?
Yeah, I think we talked about it briefly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that sort of wondering what to do with the currency and stuff, the best thing to do, I think you get, is it 900, Adam? Is that right? 900 a day? Or is it 800? I can't remember.
I think it's 900 of the credits.
Yeah, the elementary particle credits, the like blue credits.
900, I think.
Okay, so the best thing to do with that, don't buy any of the blue pieces. Just buy the T2 iron orbs every day, because that currency, especially for everyone by the sound of it, is a bottleneck. So just from what content creators are saying, that's the best thing to do. And I thought I'd try and spread that to our community as well.
Helpful. I didn't know until you told me. So
there you go. Boom. All right. Yeah. So that's another currency in the game, which is great. I think they should change the supply store to the DBC, the old Bureau de Change, and there's so much currency. Thank you. I'm here all week.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So apparently, yeah. So the dark promotion credits went live at server reset, which we covered a second ago. Now this always happens. So like, whenever a character's finished, just don't go near the like the promo credit store for a while. I think that's the best advice to give to people, because every time this happens, and people that are keen to get red stars on Ultron, for example, are literally wasting their red star pools. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it seems. I mean, thankfully, most of the time when the server resets, we're all asleep anyway, because it resets at 1 a.m. I think, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, most of the time we're asleep anyway, so we escape. But yeah, that seems to be the way. Just wait until the middle of the day before you do anything in those stores.
Yeah, wait till something, whatever it is fixed. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like it's always an issue. That red star store is always a problem. Like, when they announce the character's going to be in there with the elevated drop rate, like there's normally, problems. We always seem to read it out like, oh yeah, that character, wasn't available for the first hour or whatever. And, people that hoard, are normally left with their pants down. Right. Okay. So Twitter on Friday morning, we woke up to a post saying today at 5 p.m. PDT, within the Shadows Blitz had some incorrect rewards. First, the milestone rewards should have contained a total of, here we go, Diggs, this is it. Had a total of 10,000 luminous credits, but only had 8,400. In the near future, we'll be sending out players the missing amount. Second, the victory rewards were incorrectly giving out elementary particles for 40 minutes. We're currently investigating this issue, and it's likely that we will be sending out compensation. We apologize for this confusion and appreciate your patience in the interim. So that's the mess up we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't been compensated for that yet?
Nope.
Wow, okay. So we're going to be getting quite a lot of, well, potentially, 15 shards, something like that, 15 to 20 shards?
I don't know what they're doing about the people who had the who got the orbs prematurely and were like unlocking cloak and dagger like immediately. I don't know what they're going to do about that, but they're basically going to send us 1,600 credits that are missing for the blitz, and then that'll basically give us one more orb.
Yeah, I believe they said they're not rolling it back. So if you have unlocked dagger, congrats.
Bully for you, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the Bleeding King milestone's finished. Adam, how did you get along with it?
Which one was that? Did that finish? The Bleeding King, that's still going?
Yeah, it's finishes today, the Bleeding King.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
12, well, just under 12 hours. So I'm on milestone 19. I'll probably get 20 done, but that'll be it. So I've got, nearly there.
Okay.
Very
great. How about you, Diggs? How did you get on?
I finished it this morning.
Awesome.
Boom. Yeah. I wonder if I can finish today. Let's see. How about you, mate?
About to hit 20.
Yeah.
There's 21, right? 21 milestones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you get to 20, you'll be able to unlock that costume.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like 21's just like additional pieces. It's going to go into the costume credits, isn't it? So awesome.
I'll just go for that then. Yeah.
Cool. So we're all unlocking the Carnage costume then, and we all got all of the goodies as well.
Yeah, boy.
That is good. Thumbs up. Happy days. All right. So Real Time Arena, guys, how are we getting on with that? Multiple man's in there. Adam, it's been a while. So how are you getting on with Real Time Arena?
I think I've been sleeping a bit with this one, but I'll gauge it from you guys. So I'm level 45 in Real Time Arena.
How about you, Diggs?
I think I'm nearly 70. I'm just in the middle of one now, so I can't look, but I think I'm around about the 70 mark, if I remember rightly.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's about the average, Adam. Like if you're blitzing, I mean, Diggs is bang on the blitzing for cloak and dagger. So that's probably why he's as high as he is. I mean, I'm 75, so, and I've completed all my milestones. So
yeah, I need to get on it a bit more, but hopefully I can get it done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah.
Okay, great. I mean, there's 12 days left, so I imagine by next week we'll have found out who the next character is going to be in that in the Real Time Arena, which is exciting.
Cool.
Do we want to bet that it's one of the Secret Avengers?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Diggs, I like that.
That would be my guess.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Either that or because we haven't had an announcement for Lady Deathstrike yet, have we? Or if it is Silver Samurai. Maybe they'll go in there.
Yeah, could do.
What do you reckon, Adam? Who pick a character out the air?
Maybe one of the new ones. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how they. What's the kind of is there a pattern to how they do it? Like the most recent character, or because it does seem quite random.
Yeah, it is a little bit random. Often they put new characters in there because obviously the whole point of that thing is for them to make money. Ultimately, do you know what I mean? That's the reason that Strike Pass exists. So sometimes they'll put an old character like Multiple Man in there, but ultimately the cash grabs is going to be people like Silver Surfer. I imagine that was probably the most purchased one. And then they put in another new character in there fairly recently. I can't remember which one it was. Might have been one of the Secret Avengers actually. one of them strike pass, or was it? I can't remember.
Captain Sam was in the strike pass, yeah, but not real time arena, I don't think.
I'm surprised they don't do it where you can choose like there's like 2 or 3 options for a strike pass, and you can choose, if you like 3 different characters almost, and you can buy each one or choose one, because that would, if people are trying to get more of one person, it might add to that. Do you get what I mean?
That would be a bad help.
Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe they'll do that next time.
Yeah. If that happens, then
yeah. Where's my commish?
Commission.
Right. Okay. So next up, probably one of the most adored segments on this podcast. We're talking MSF Roulette. I can confirm that my Kingpin has not moved since last week. I have not put anything into him. I've been playing all my golden Warlocks. So yep. That's me done. Diggs, how about you? How's your Negasonic?
I don't know if I've leveled up this week. I think I only leveled up last week. Gitter 11, 65, just under 40k.
Right, okay.
That's about where she was up.
Good.
6, 6, 6, and 4.
Yeah, and Adam, the community is waiting with bated breath to see how your squirrel girl is.
It's been a while. I'm just trying to find her in my roster.
She's at the bottom of it.
Last time we were on, she was, I think, like level 1, and she was 300 odd. This time she is level 1, and she is 320. So yeah.
I thought you were going to say she's level 2.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Maybe one day I'll be like, she's like 80. She's this, like, somehow I'll have to try and find out how I can level her up the most possible, like without you guys seeing the notifications in chat. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it gear tier 12 they start coming in or something? I'll have to like
level 12, get
her just to the point and then leave her. Yeah,
that's funny. All right, okay, well, that was that then.
Okay.
All right, so let's
love that.
Let's all about it. Right, so let's hit this week's blog post, the Doom and Cyborg Gloom blog post for September the 25th. Do you want to start this, ads?
Yeah. Greetings, commanders. Prepare for tech upgrades, as this week we're meeting a razor-sharp personality who is sure to get your roster running like a well-oiled machine. And after getting straight to the point, we will be discussing the next raid challenge, courtesy of Dr. Doom, as well as announcing the next permanent legendary event, shining light on blitzes and unearthing a golden opportunity for your mercs. This looks like a kit.
It is. So there's only one man to read it, the Kitman Resident Expert on all things Marvel.
I was going to butcher some names in that, so I'm happy you've done that.
Yeah. I tell you what, bro, you've got your work cut out for you the last couple of weeks, haven't you? I don't think it's going to get any easier if they Silver Samurai as well.
I was about to say there's been some hella good names.
Yeah.
So, Lady Deathstrike. Yuriko Oyama is the daughter of the Japanese scientist and crime lord Kenji Oyama, who developed the process by which adamantium could be bonded to a human skeleton. Following her father's death, Yuriko sought to restore honor to her father by tracking down and punishing those who stole her father's scientific discovery, including anyone outfitted with an adamantium skeleton. This desire led Yuriko to confront Wolverine. After being defeated by Wolverine, Yuriko had her body outfitted with extensive cybernetic enhancements, including adamantium bones and talons, as well as boost to her strength, agility, and healing factor, going under the name Lady Deathstrike. Yuriko has worked as an assassin, clashing with Wolverine on many occasions. Lady Deathstrike slots into the Weapon X team as a brawler with solid damage, focus, and speed, all of which are further enhanced in Alliance War. Her abilities feed off of bleed, as she receives a different bonus for each of her attacks when targeting an enemy who is inflicted with bleed. Despite being a brawler, Lady Deathstrike also brings key defensive facets to the Weapon X team, such as clearing negative effects, providing immunity. For the Weapon X team, she provides a bonus focus as well as heavy bleed resistance for herself and the rest of the Weapon X team. And then here come the puns. Claw your way to victory with Lady Deathstrike. So villain, global, another global, and villain. Nice. Villain Global Tech Brawler Weapon X. And shall we start at the passive with a great name? So passive Murderous Intent. On turn, heal for 20% of this character's max health. When this character drops below 60% health, gain 2 death proof and 2 evade. Gain 25% crit damage. Weapon X allies also gain 25% crit damage. Lower resistance by 50% for all enemies with bleed. Nice. In war, gain 65% focus. In war, Weapon X allies gain 65% focus. In war, gain 1000% resistance against bleed. And in war, Weapon X allies gain 1000% resistance against bleed. Not bad. Not bad. Bad passive. Probably the best named passive I can think of in the game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So basic Reaver Revenge. Transfer 1 deflect from primary target to self. That's new. I don't think there's anyone else that does transfer a deflect or anything to deflect, in fact.
No.
That's a hard counter for Captain Sam as well, isn't it? He's all about the deflect. So attack primary target for 250% piercing. If primary target has bleed, repeat this attack and apply defense down. And this attack gains 300% extra focus. That's well good. That's really good. 500% piercing on a basic if they got bleed. And it applies defense down. Nice. So special deadly weapon, energy cost 3/3, nice and cheap. Gain offense up for 2 turns. Attack primary target and adjacent targets for 200% piercing. And apply 2 bleed and reduce speed bar by 20%. On kill, repeat this attack on a new primary target randomly chosen from the previous secondary targets. The secondary target can attack stealth targets. Sorry, the second attack can target stealth targets. And on kill, increase the duration of positive effects on self and all Weapon X allies by 1 up to a maximum of 5. Again, that's really good. If you play that right, you're always going to have offense up.
Yeah.
She's already done a fair bit of damage. Nice. And then ultimate Adamantium Flurry, energy cost 4/6. Attack primary target for 280% piercing and apply defense down up to a maximum of 2 and apply 2 bleed. Rebound chain to up to 4 adjacent targets for 280% piercing and apply defense down and up to a maximum of 2 and apply 2 bleed. Clear all negative effects from self and all Weapon X allies. Apply immunity to self and all Weapon X allies. This attack cannot miss any target that has bleed. And if this character has 3 or more Weapon X allies, it cannot be countered. Good. Good kit. What a lot.
Yeah. It's one of those kits that, like, a year ago, if this came out, you'd be losing your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's pretty good though.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, are you more excited or less excited now about the Weapon X team?
I'm really, really excited about that Weapon X team, even before they released Deathstrike and what we assume is Silver Samurai's kits. Just mainly because of Omega Red. I love Omega Red.
Yeah.
Also be good. I've always liked Wolverine. He's just terrible in that game, so it'd be good for him to get a rework and actually be of some use.
Yeah, as you put, like, have a place in the game almost.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like the some of the sort of most iconic characters in the game, like, you know, Wolverine, Spider-Man and stuff, like they really need some love. So I mean, hopefully, you know, now Wolverine's been sorted out, hopefully with this new Spider-Man film coming, you might see a rework for him as well. Yeah,
they should do like Iron Spider or something, just make a completely new Spider-Man rather than reworking the existing one. Give him like one of his different kits. They've done Symbiote Spider-Man, it's still Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Different costume and different powers. So let's do the same thing like Iron Spider, when he's got the old legs, 8 legs.
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, be good. I was going to say something about the Weapon X team and I can't remember what it is now. Yeah, they're good. They're going to be good, hopefully.
There you go. All right. Okay, so let's crack on. So that's the kit for Lady Deathstrike, which is cool. No announcement as to where she's going yet or how you're going to be able to obtain her. So at the moment, she's wallet farmable. So, well, she will be wallet farmable. But what are your predictions? Do you reckon she'll be campaign or do you reckon she'll be a blitz? What do you guys think?
Campaign would be nice. We haven't done a campaign since Deathpool. Was that the last campaign we did?
Mm-hmm.
But they do love a blitz. They love releasing characters on a blitz.
Yeah. What are the odds of her being the next RTA? We were just talking about that. What are the odds of that?
Could be.
Is that too soon, do you think?
No. Luke suggested that's how she might come in.
Oh, is that what you said? Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, she's got potential to be that, or yeah. You've got three pending choices, haven't you? Because we know who next month's Strike Pass is going to be. That's going to be Dagger, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so she's going to be one of those things, I'd imagine, unless they bring back the milestones, like the gold milestones, like they did for Emma. We haven't had a character like that for ages, so
yeah,
that's also another option. But yeah, we'll see.
Who was it before Emma? Symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then before him, it was Captain Marvel, I think.
I think you're right.
Cool.
All right, okay, let's move on. So further on in this blog post, it starts with Doom 2. Do you want to hit this, Adam?
Sure. So your Alliance's next great challenge arrives with the upcoming version 5.7 release in the form of Doom 2 Raid. The follow-up to Doom 1 will bring a slew of rewards to those strong enough to take on the challenge, including new Teal gear. Oh, here are the details on this new raid heading your way. So requirements. Alliances can launch Doom 2 as soon as they possess the minimum number of ultimate keys, but each difficulty has minimum requirements for each character used. The normal version of the raid requires Tier 2 Level 1 ISO 8, and the requirements increase to Tier 2 Level 2 for difficulties 1 and 2, and Tier 2 Level 3 for difficulty 3. To unlock the next difficulty level, your Alliance must reach 100% completion for the previous difficulty. Doom 2 will have the same trait requirements as Doom 1, so make sure your top teams for these traits are equipped with the proper ISO 8. Rewards. Your efforts in Doom 2 will not go unrewarded. Hitting at least 30% completion will earn you fragments for the new Teal gear raid orb, as well as orange elite orb fragments, raid credits, orange ability materials, and T2 ISO 8 credits. Of note, the amount of Teal gear raid orb fragments, orange ability materials, and T2 ISO 8 credits will remain the same no matter whether you earn rank 1 or 24. That's good. And while tier gear raid orb fragments and raid credit rewards will scale as you reach higher completion percentages in the raid and play higher difficulties, the orange ability materials, orange raid orb fragments, and T2 ISO 8 credits earned from Doom 2 will stay consistent, providing a stable foundation for future progress. Cool. Falling short of 30% completion will earn you a small amount of raid credits, ability materials, and T2 ISO 8 credits. Then we've got Teal gear raid orb. The Teal gear raid orb will contain, you guessed it, Teal gear. The left and right pillars will reward basic catalysts, stat catalysts, catalyst parts for damage, focus, health, armor, and resistance, and origin Teal gear, while the middle pillar will have a 20% chance to reward Teal unique gear. Teal mini uniques won't be available via the Teal gear raid orb, and instead will be found in the store, events, and via various offers. So then, so money. Raid season points. Doom 2 will feature an updated way to earn raid season points through raid participation. While playing difficulty 1 or higher of Doom 2, your Alliance will earn a bonus of millions of raid season points on reaching 30% completion. Because of this bonus, if you reach 60% completion on difficulty 1, you will still earn as many points as you would have by reaching 100% on normal, and so on with high difficulties. Okay, so this update is meant to prevent raid season points from scaling in ways that would cause Alliances to blow past all the existing raid milestones too quickly. Okay, so they've scaled it a bit. Yeah, there's a lot there.
A lot to take in, but
yeah. So yeah, I've left that open for a second. If you're watching, obviously, give it a pause. If you're listening, maybe click back 30 seconds or a minute. And yeah.
So
Okay.
the raid season points heading in regards to that. So I think the idea with this is to encourage you to move through it together as a team and communicate and stuff, as opposed to, you know, like taking the I'm all right, Jack sort of way of just like blasting through your lane and just being like, well, I've done my bit, you know what I mean, and finishing top of the pops. Like I think I think this reads that basically everyone will get the same once you hit like a certain percentage. I think that's what that means.
I still think they need to lock it so that the leader and the higher ranking people in an alliance can set the lanes. I think they need to do that, because getting 20 odd people in a you know, that are all on different time zones to communicate is a mission. So that, you know, the fact that we've talked before, you have to do it on another app, everyone goes on Discord, or they don't communicate properly. Just get the people that are serious to be able to set the lanes, and then you can just jump on, oh sweet, I've been assigned a lane, cool, just crack on, you know. And then it filters out the need for as much, oh, what do I do, you know, and all that. It just sorts that out. If, you know, maybe you could join an alliance without it, you know, you could set it or something, but because this is going to require a lot of organization, which yeah.
Well, I mean, this is like the overall community isn't pleased that the Teal gear stuff, the Teal gear pieces and everything is locked behind Doom 2.
Okay. Because,
you know, people are now, you know, with people who are like 5-6 mil TCP are going to be like, well, I want to do Dark Dimension 5, because that's the only, you need to be gear tier 16 to do Dark Dimension 5. So people are going to be like, well, I want to do that. So they're going to be leaving alliances. It's going to shatter alliances, similar to the issue with the Silver Surfer milestones.
Yeah, I think this is really going to harm them in the fact that at the moment, the gap between super serious players and kind of serious players isn't that big. But now that gap's going to be even bigger, because those guys are going to go, I'm not hanging around helping you out, carrying you. I'm going to go and form an alliance with just serious people. You guys can crack on. So in a way that it's going to help the really serious players, it's also I think this is really going to hurt the next level down, because they're not going to be as organized, so they're going to fall behind. So I think there's going to be a big gap that needs bridging somehow here, and I think the way they do that is by setting lanes, or somehow giving, you know, whoever runs the alliance or people high up some power to do that. I think.
Yeah, no, dude, I think that's a great idea. I really do. Yeah, but like you said, that there has to be a resolution for it, because otherwise, I mean, it's hard enough. It's hard enough to recruit players when, you know, like if we've recently had a chap in our alliance leave who's been there since day one, just because he said the game's like a job, and he's like, I can't do it anymore. You know, he's like, I've got family and stuff. I can't be doing this. So, you know, he left, and, you know, I've been scouring, you know, global and Discords and stuff, trying to find someone, and it's difficult, because everyone, you know, players now that are lower, players that are lower now are like, well, I want to be able to do the Doom raids. I want to be carried through the Doom raids so I can get the, you know, the new ISO blues and all of that. Like, people are like, you know, I'm not joining you if you can't do Doom raids, for example.
Yeah.
You know, so it's creating like a gap between casual and.
Exactly, yeah. And like, you know, whereas people in our position, like, you know, Craig's playing the game now, wicked. Like, hopefully when he's at a good level, he can jump in the alliance. But that's gonna punish people like that, and friends that want to play with their friends that they've, you know, maybe your colleagues just got into the game. Oh yeah, you can't join our alliance yet because you're not high enough levels. That you know, you're not high enough level has just gone even higher, because people are like, sorry, everyone's going to whinge that you can't help us with this raid or whatever. So do you know what I mean? I think it's going to hurt the game a bit, to be honest.
Yeah. The thing with that is as well, like, players that are accelerating to try and get to Doom Raid and things like that won't have the foundations that you need in regards to your pieces and stuff like that. Like, so you know, like tier 2s, for example, tier 1s and 2s, like we're all swimming in them because we manage our resources, but there are players in our alliance that have, you know, run too quickly at it, that have run out, or don't invest wisely in stuff. Like, you know, when you see people like bringing Ravager Boomer to gear tier 13, you're like, well,
yeah, what you doing?
Yeah, you can't be, you know, you can't then complain that you haven't got the right resources, and, you know, oh, I need to be doing raids that have the tier 2s. It's just like, well, we've passed that now, you know what I mean? Like, it's frustrating. What do you think, Dukes?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think it's going to help. It is going to put even more of a gap in the requirements for people to join alliances. So that's certainly not going to help matters. I agree with the assigning of lanes. I think it should be an option. You should be able to choose how your alliance does it, whether you give people free reign or whether you want to be regimented and just, like you say, like the higher ranked people in the alliance go, right, list of everyone to be able to go down. So it chooses them a path, and then you can see if everyone completes all the nodes, what completion it's going to have on that strike team. Do you know what I mean? So that you can go, right, I'll put 8 people here, 8 people there, and 8 people there. Everyone does all of their nodes, then I know we're going to 100% this raid. Because like you say, it's impossible or nigh impossible to herd these cats to do what you want them to do all the time. And if they're saying that you have to 100% something before you can move to the next thing, you need to be able to regiment it so that people can't mess it up. Like, it's just the only reason they're not doing it is because either they're not playing enough or they haven't got the high enough power in their team, rather than, oh, sorry, I chose the wrong strike team. How difficult is it? Choose the same one every time. So if you don't give them that option, then I think it would take that away, and then you can be like, right, sorry, mate, you're not high enough, or you're not doing enough. We need to replace you.
Yeah.
And ultimately, yeah, like, I completely agree. Like, it will stop people getting kicked for being rubbish players, won't it, too? You know, you could have an amazing roster, but because you don't know enough about the game, you don't know who's good for what. It just, or like what to do when, it just limits that even more, doesn't it? So,
yeah. Like, say, people leveling up Ravager Boomer when they've got Kestrel sat on gear tier 10 doing nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frustrating as well when players aren't willing to listen to your advice as well. You're like, you know, like, but what can you do? What can you do? Right, let's crack on.
Yeah.
All right. So Experiment X, Diggs, do you want to hit this?
Sure. Dig your claws into Wolverine's wild new costume, Teal gear, and other rewards with the upcoming Experiment X event. Don't miss the razor sharp opportunity. God, these guys love a pun. They love a pun.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Experiment X milestone. Spend campaign energy, isotope 8 energy, and power cores to earn points toward one-day milestones that repeat for 14 days. Rewards include Weapon X costumes, pink phase bits, teal, orange, and purple gear, silver and gold promotion credits, and Elite 5 credits. And the Weapon X costume, Experiment X, is your first opportunity to add Wolverine's Weapon X costume to your roster using pink phase bits. Unused bits will be converted into costume credits on October 20th at a conversion rate of 60%.
Lovely.
Cool. So, have we seen that yet? Or
the costume?
Yeah,
it's in game.
Oh, I'll have a look.
It's the one that Luke's wanted for a while, where he's got his like helmet on. He's got all the cables coming out.
Okay, I'll have a look.
That's why Luke really likes it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
shut us, man.
Yeah, I mean, like it's definitely a cool costume. It's you'll the minute you see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I get where that's from.
Cool.
Really cool.
Wicked.
Right.
One thing I will say is, don't spend power cores on the first day. Give it a couple of days and wait for them to realise that they've done maths wrong and change it again, like they do every time they tell people to spend power cores.
I'm really interested to see, because normally, so it's spend campaign, blah blah blah, and power cores. So it's campaign energy fine, ISO 8 energy fine. I mean, I'm not doing it. I'm not spending power cores. It's just not happening.
I just feel like they used all the puns in the first sentence. They're like, dig your claws. Like, don't miss out this razor sharp opportunity. And then there's nothing in the next one. They could have been like, slice through campaign energy. Tear up ISO 8 energy. Something like that. There's no puns there.
Somebody wants a job.
Yeah. Come on. Space it out. Consistency.
Other phase bits will be snicked into costume credits.
I just attacked these poor guys. First of all, it's the art guy. Now it's I need to shut up.
Did you say shut up or show up?
Both.
Right. Okay. So, right. Let's hit this Blitz and Gear Tier 16 for our Blitz and homies. Arriving with version 5.7 release in the next phase is the next phase of gear progression. Gear Tier 16 and Teal augmented gear. Characters equipped with this new gear will enjoy a major stat boost in battle, which includes enemy teams. One game mode where you could face off against Gear Tier 16 enemies is Blitz. Commanders who have characters equipped with Gear Tier 15 should be on the lookout for Gear Tier 16 enemies, as you're sure to encounter them in higher Blitz tiers, which features more powerful enemy teams. Note that teams in Blitz have their own stats overridden by the system based on Blitz tier. The stats and gear that you see on an opposing team do not necessarily reflect the actual stats on that team. These stronger enemies could require more attention in battle, so be on alert to ensure you're maxing your blitzing. We'll have all the details surrounding Teal. We'll have all the details surrounding Teal gear in an upcoming blog, so keep your eyes peeled. Now, they're basically saying, stop sending us QA, stop sending us pictures of people that have got Gear Tier 16 pieces, in Blitz. They're like, we're adding this to the game, like, relax. You know what I mean? Like, you'll start seeing it. Just like, remember when Silver Surfer first came, and you could only get a 2-star Silver Surfer, and there were like 7-star Silver Surfers in Blitz, and everyone lost their minds.
Everyone's kicking off. I remember that. I was just thinking about that when you were reading that. And I was trying to remember if it was Silver Surfer. I remember that. Yeah.
That's basically what they're saying. They're putting the shield up already, just to be, just being like, careful guys. Like,
they're sick of that then.
Yeah. All right, Adam, do you want to hit this new permanent legendary event?
Yeah, sure. So, bust out your happy dance, because Star-Lord's legendary event, Space Ace, will soon become our next permanent legendary event. Following the upcoming version 5.7 release, Star-Lord will drop down to a 4-star unlock, and commanders level 35 plus will have access to Space Ace on the events page. Once you reach a tier's requirements, you can jump in and attempt to earn Star-Lord shards. Accompanying this update, and also available to commanders level 35 plus, will be a one-time 14-day calendar with Mantis character shards, as well as valuable gear and resources. I remember when I got Mantis and actually started leveling her up, I thought she was amazing. So that's really good for new players. Gigweed's like, oh, healer.
Yeah.
Kill damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that is good though. It's like I would have given some part of my anatomy for getting Star-Lord being permanent and being a 4-star unlock. Like when I first started playing this game.
Yeah.
I'd love every minute of that.
It's great for new players. I think the majority of us used Star-Lord to get through like Dark Dimension 1 and 2, didn't we? So
yeah,
certainly helped.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Costume update. Ads, do you want to hit this? You're all about the costumes.
Yeah, if you missed out on Iceman's all different costume during the all-new Shade of Ice event from earlier this year, stay frosty, because it's heading back your way soon. Following the upcoming version 5.7 release, the all-new all different costume will be available in the costume store for purchase of 50,000 costume credits. Fair play. I thought these were limited edition things and they'd be gone, or like, yeah. Don't know about that.
I think they did say that they'll be released in an event, and then much later they'll be added to the store.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So upcoming blitzes for our blitzing homies. Make your roster bright with our upcoming blitzes. Coming in for landing first on September 27th at 5 p.m. is Ironheart in the Tech Prodigy Blitz. Pulverize enemies in battle to rack up tons of character shards for this power armor prodigy. Then on September 30th, Cloak and Dagger return for the second run of the Luminous Blitz. Just like the first run, we're probably going to mess it up. I mean, the usual character shard rewards will be replaced by luminous credits. Use those credits to open either the luminous cloak orb or the luminous dagger orb, each of which rewards 5 shards for the specific character. Don't miss your chance to recruit and rank up this powerful new warrior duo. People are going to hit the roof if they get this wrong again. Like, it's going to be great.
I'm rooting for them to get it wrong again, just for that. But,
yeah. We'll have to see. What do you reckon, Diggs?
Oh, it'd be hilarious if they do it wrong a second time in a row.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to finish up these bonus and flash events, mate?
Sure. So prepare for the arrival of Star-Lord's newly permanent legendary event on September 27th with the Going Nowhere bonus event. And 2 times character shards and campaign nodes for Guardians and Ravagers. Filter your roster by Guardian or Ravager to see eligible characters and their locations. And then on October 1st, strike it rich with the Payday Flash event where you can send your top mercenary team into battle to bring back piles of gold. Bolster your Soldiers of Fortunes with the Merc Mayhem bonus event on September 30th, which rewards double character shards for mercenaries and campaign nodes. Filter your roster by mercenary for eligible characters and their node locations. And until next time, get good luck, Commanders.
Sweet.
So there we go. Yeah, pretty nice blog post this week. Happy days. So we normally record this on a Saturday, but today we're doing it on a Sunday, and quite happy we did because we got a second blog post regarding Teal gear on Saturday night for us. So we can jump through that as well if you guys want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. Ads, do you want to start?
Sure. Greetings, Commanders. The next phase of gear progression is on the way in the form of Teal augmented gear. Teal gear arrives with our upcoming version 5.7 release, which is currently slated for September 29th PDT. And characters equipped with Teal gear will enjoy a major stat boost in battle. Our previous gear releases would imply that gear tier 16 should be another level of orange gear, but we have something else in mind. As we mentioned in our 2021 preview blog, we're going straight to Teal augmented gear in order to reduce the overall cost of orange gear and generally make it more accessible. So acquiring Teal gear at launch, you'll be able to earn Teal gear from the Doom 2 raid primary resource, the supply store, the war store, as well as from event milestones and various offers. Doom 2 will reward Teal gear raid orbs via the raid completion rewards. This orb rewards all Teal gear types, excluding mini uniques. So you'll want to start coordinating with your alliance so you can dive into Doom 2 as soon as you're ready. For commanders level 80 plus, the supply store and war store will each have one row located at the top of the store dedicated to Teal gear. Augmented basic catalysts will have a dedicated store slot. The remaining catalyst parts, origin gear uniques and gear tier 16 mini uniques will appear in the remaining shared slots. Cool.
Diggs, do you want to hit the Teal gear tree?
Sure thing. The Teal gear tier will also have a slightly streamlined structure. It won't require basic catalysts. You'll only ever need 400 augmented basic catalyst parts, 200 to craft each piece of gear that requires basic catalysts for each tier 16 per character. For comparison, for reaching gear tier 15, it required an average of 1,050 superior basic catalysts. Another reason for the move to augmented tier gear is we don't want to continue scaling gear recipes the way we did with the orange gear tiers. The increases in recipe cost through orange didn't feel great, so we want to create a healthier arc for progression through teal. It's good, positive. With the introduction of Teal gear, we want to get even more orange gear in your hands so you can start powering up more of your roster. We'll be making several updates to orange gear availability in the supply store and the war store. So in the supply store, most orange gear types, except basic catalysts, will now appear in higher quantities. Catalyst parts for damage focus, health, armor, and resistance decreased from 16k to 12k gold per item. And orange origin trait gear decreased from 20k to 12k, and gear tier 14 mini uniques decreased from 35 to 25 per item. Sorry, 35 to 20k rather, gold per item. In the war store, certain gear pieces will appear in greater quantities. So gear tier 14 mini uniques increased from a stack of 2 to 4. orange uniques increased from 1 to a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3, and SBCs increased from a minimum of 5 and maximum of 10 to a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 20. And we've also reduced the prices of the following gear. Orange uniques reduced from just over 1,000 to 900, and gear tier 40 mini uniques reduced from 700 to 300. Nice. Well, we've made price reductions to certain gear pieces per unit. Keep in mind that the greater quantity in the bundle might give the impression that the prices have increased, but the price per unit cost has not been increased. Keep your eyes on future blogs for details on events and opportunities to get your hands on Teal gear. Exciting.
Yeah, so a lot more for your money now. Well, your credits now, really.
Yeah, more for your buck, mate.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, I basically, in relation to this post, when it went up on Twitter, I put price reductions are great and appreciated, but you're still ignoring the availability of T13s, which they refer to as orange uniques. I was like, we've been saying this for months, and at this point, you're just ignoring the community. And then I had a picture of like a GIF of like a small person running into a wall. Yeah, so the only relation to gear tier 13, which is orange uniques, is the war store. So they're increasing it to a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 3. There's no mention of it there being like a regular line of them or anything in the supply store or anything like that, which I was surprised by, to be honest. I thought they'd make that available, but they haven't. So yeah, and they've, yeah, it's great that you can get stuff in the war store, but what's the hardest currency to get a hold of? Like war currency. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's an improvement. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it may not be exactly the improvement that we want or need, but at least it is an improvement of sorts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, you're right. You are right. I'm just salty for no reason. Okay. So Dr. mentioned chat. Diggs, you're still at the bus stop, aren't you? You're still waiting for the Global Express.
Yeah, I sure am. Yeah. Old Strife is there. Mr. Sinister is there. I'm 1 part off of Ghost being there, and 2 parts off of Zemo being there. And then Emma is miles away, annoying me.
Okay. All right, Adam, how about you? Dr. Mention, where are you at?
So I've just finished Dark Dimension 3 this morning for the second time, which was I was happy about. The last node, yeah, it just went really well. So yeah, I was buzzing for that, and now I can start focusing on 4, because I've got people I really like and I know are useful to gear tier 15, isn't it, for Dark Dimension 4? So, but I've only got a few. We were talking a little bit last night, weren't we? I think I've got Emma, Kestrel. There was one more, and then last night, whilst we were talking about it, I got Mr. Sinister there as well. Apart from that,
your other one.
Silver Steps, some other ones. So I've got 5. Yeah, so I've got a few there, but that's I've not really looked at it at all. I've heard you boys talking. I imagine you're probably going to have to school me through it again, like you did the last one. And I've kind of learned of your maybe mistakes or the good things you did. The last, well, I've done that with all the Dark Dimensions, but yeah, and see how it goes. Really, I know I've got parts. I've been buying parts and things. So I've got a bit of stuff saved. I've just not really looked into it, so I'm quite excited to start.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like the only advice I give, just basically whenever you see any gear tier 15 pieces, just buy them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
To start with.
So
good. You got a good base there. You got two globals, 2 cosmics. I'd suggest leveling up Emma and Strife if you've got Mr. Sinister in there. Won't hurt you. They're good in lots of things, and they're global.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, well, I've got Emma already, but Strife. Yeah, you mentioned as well, didn't you, Luke? That you're using him, so I really like him as well. He looks amazing. So
yeah,
I'm happy to level him up.
He's easy to get high star levels, and he's cheap in comparison to Emma and Mr. Sinister to level up because they're all the same traits, but he uses cheaper parts to gear up. So
lovely. Yeah, I think I've got him at 7 stars anyway, so it's just I guess putting into him. So I'll do that then, and then I might even be able to start because you. Am I right in thinking you have to have 5 to start, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I just need 1 more and then I can start. I thought maybe I have 5. 1. Oh, the other was Zemo that we were talking about last night as well. The old Red Baron. I'm tempted to level him up because he's sick. So yeah,
he's well worth leveling up.
Yeah. And that would make 5 then. So him or Strife. Who do you think? Him or Strife next?
They're both global, aren't they? So.
I was going to say they're both global, so I suppose it's whoever you're closer with.
I could literally do Baron Zemo now at the click of a button, so I'll probably do him. He's already 80, yeah.
Yeah, make a start, and then you can work on Strife and 2 other global characters on your way through the first 4 nodes that don't have a specified trait.
Boom.
Yes.
So I will. Can I start that today, or is it because I just finished 3? I've got to wait. Or
you can start it today. It's different. Yeah, so yeah, like Dimension 3 is like if you finish that today, you wouldn't be able to do another run. Why would you want to? But you can start DD4 if you've got the characters. So
sick. I'll do that later on then, and next week let you boys know how I'm doing.
Brilliant. Okay, that's great. All right. So for me, update. I beat the city node. Where are we? Yeah, I beat mission 12, city, and took me 12 attacks using Scream, Punisher, Venom, SSM, and Anti-Venom. Yeah, got through it in 12, which is good. That Emma battle is hell. Like, it's about half an hour. But that's done. So I've since then beaten mission 13, which is the first legendary node. I'm now on mission 14. And literally I've only got 4 legendary characters, so I'm rolling with Adam Warlock, Doc Ock, Ebony Moore, and Phoenix. I'm still waiting for parts on Jubilee. So yeah, hopefully I'm literally I think I'm like 15 of 18 on the pieces I need, like the green wiggly spiral things. So yeah, so hopefully I'll have those soonish. I can see you've just taken Baron's team up to 15, Adam. Congrats. Yeah, so yeah, I've done a couple of attacks, in 13 with 4 characters, and it's not going as well as you think. So yeah, but hopefully in a week I might have got that done, and I might be on the last node, but we'll see.
Cool.
So who are your legendaries? Warlock, Moore, Phoenix,
Doc Ock,
and then Jubilee when you got her. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
So more importantly, every time we talk about that was mentioned before, I'm like, you get doomed for doing that, don't you?
Yeah.
And every time you're like, yes, you do. That's sick. You could potentially have him in like a week.
I don't think I'll be done in a week, mate. Maybe 2. It depends.
Mate,
like
that's still sick. Like, do you remember when he come out and we were like, oh, we're miles off that? Not now.
Dude, I was bitter when he came out because I really want him.
Hey,
like, I'm never gonna get him. I'm just not gonna bother. You know what I mean? Like, if you go back and listen, there's a bit where I'm crying like a baby.
That is so cool that you're gonna have him soon.
Hopefully, mate. Yeah.
I mean, you won't level him up, will you? Because you'll just be sat there. But I'm not spending the resources. But at least you'll have him. At least he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be there, mate, for sure. I might. Yeah. Oh.
I've already started hoarding mystic parts for him.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. The miasma issue. I'll buy miasma as well. Whenever you see it, there's a gentleman called Mr. Hargrave who's been polling for the community to get more miasma. And yeah, basically, if you see it, buy it, because a lot of characters need it.
Okay.
And if you want to take a character to 15, you need a heap of it. Like, fortunately, I had a lot saved, so I could take Warlock up, and I've got I think I'm up to about 130, so I could, in theory, take Doom all the way up when I get him. So yeah, do that.
Yeah. Okay, I would. Yeah, I usually buy that one anyway because that held me back with someone for, was it Hella? Yeah, okay, yeah, that held me back. But so yeah, but thanks for the heads up.
I think Cloak needs it, doesn't she? Doesn't need Diggs. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so because they're both Mystic as well.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I think Deathfall needed it as well. So like, there's a big it's a big crunch for it. So yeah. Okay. Well, with that, have you guys got anything else you want to talk about? Anything that you noticed in the game this week? Anything exciting? Or
No. Oh,
we're
no.
both happy. You sure? Okay. All right, guys. Well, please remember to rate and review this podcast however you consume it. And please do not forget to follow or subscribe. If you want to ask us a question for next week, please drop it down in the YouTube comments below. There's always a link in the description if you are listening on a podcast service. Thank you very much for checking us out, and we will catch you next week. Adam, say goodbye to the people.
See you next week, maybe.
Diggs, have you got anything else you want to say?
See you next week.
Nice. All right. Thanks a lot for watching and listening, and good luck, Commanders. Boom.